Hello and welcome. My name is Josie. Hopefully I am a familiar face for some of you guys from Ascent. Welcome. I think it's going now. I was just saying my name is Josie. Hopefully I'm a familiar face for a lot of you guys from Ascent. I'm going to walk you through an hour of Vinyasa practice. All you really need is some water. You don't even necessarily need a mat. As long as you brought yourself, then you can move through this. There's always modifications. If you need to take a break at any time, feel free. But I like to get started in a comfortable seated position. So whatever that means for you, crisscross applesauce, lights out long, maybe find a seat on a block or on a blanket, wherever you feel like you can sit still for a few minutes and relatively comfortable. So begin to root down through your sit bones, grow tall throughout your spine, your chest, and the crown of your head. Maybe close your eyes for just a moment. Just take a moment here to kind of set your tone for the practice, set your space, and really dial in. It's really easy to get distracted when we're practicing at home or to even just walk away from a video. I know I find myself doing that, but really challenge yourself today to stay present as we move through this practice. Take a deep breath in through your nose, start to fill up from your belly, then moving into your chest. Take a few more sips of air at the top of your breath, then big open mouth exhale, let it go. Bring your hands kind of by your knees if they're not already there. If you're sitting up on your knees, maybe towards your thighs. And on your next inhale, draw your shoulders up towards your ears. As you exhale, roll them back and down your spine. Inhale, shoulders come up. Exhale, roll them back and down. One more time. Inhale, shoulders high. Exhale all the way back in. God, we'll take a few neck rolls in each direction. I will do it the same way that you guys are. I'm not going to try to mirror you because I don't know what it looks like from your side. So from an inhale, drop your ear over to the right. Start to roll back. As you exhale, you're going to come left, down, and forward. Again, inhale on your way back. Exhale on your way down and forward. We'll take one more in this direction. And then return to that neutral spine. You'll take 3 the opposite way. So dropping your ear over to the left, breathe in, start to roll back. And then again, as you breathe out, you'll come right down and forward. Again, inhale on your way back. Exhale on your way down. One more time. And then return to that neutral spine. I like to start off practice with breathing. You'll typically, if you've taken my class before, this will be familiar for you, but I typically like to do Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. If you've never done it before, it might seem kind of weird or confusing, but you're in the comfort of your own home, so there's no one there to judge you other than yourself, so I encourage you to try and partake. You've got 2 options for your hand position. Your first option is going to be to take your first 2 fingers down to your palm. You're going to block off your right nostril with your thumb and your left nostril with your ring finger. Your second option is to take those same 2 fingers up to your forehead, still blocking off your right nostril with your thumb and then left nostril with the ring finger. So what's going to happen is we'll start by blocking off your right side. We'll inhale through the left side for a count of 5, and then we'll exhale through the right side for a count of 5. We'll inhale right, exhale left, so on and so forth. The purpose of this is to teach you how to control your breath. So just try to focus on allowing your lung capacity to last for a full 5-second inhale, and then you'll have to control a slow 5-second exhale. The other purpose of this is to even out your energy channels. So everybody kind of has that fire sun side and that water moon side, and this is just supposed to help create a balance in those 2 things. I think it does a really good job of kind of getting you out of your head and into your body, preparing yourself for practice. It really grounds you down into your space and opens you up and all that fun stuff. So whichever hand position you want to choose, take it down to your knee. You're going to take a deep breath in through your nose and out your mouth. Another deep breath in through your nose and out your nose. Go ahead and block off your right nostril. Inhale through the left for 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale left. 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. Come to a natural breath. Notice any difference in your breath that may have made or any difference in how you're feeling. From here, we're going to move into a tabletop position. So stacking your wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. We're going to go through those few cat-cows. On an inhale, drop your belly down, lift your gaze and your tailbone up towards the ceiling. And on an exhale, around your spine, tuck your chin into your chest, press your mat away from you. Inhale, belly drops, gaze lifts. Exhale, spine rounds, chin tucks. You're going to move through this a few more times at your own pace, using your own breath. You can find any other movement here that feels good for you. Maybe big C curves, maybe barrel rolls. It doesn't necessarily have to be a yoga position. Any kind of movement that your body is kind of craving right now is just fine. Again, try to even out through your left and your right side. You've got 2 more breaths here. And then on your next inhale, return to that neutral spine. Bring your big toes to touch, knees come to the width of your mat. Hips sink all the way towards your heels for child's pose. When you arrive in your child's pose, find some movement. Maybe roll your forehead back and forth on the mat. You can kind of sit into one hip or the other. Maybe crawl your fingertips over to the right and then over to the left, finding some side body extension. And then start to find some stillness. Maybe crawl your fingertips forward just a centimeter or 2 to further elongate your spine. From here, begin to cultivate your Ujjayi breath. Seal your lips and move your inhales and exhales through your nose with a slight restriction at the back of your throat as you exhale. Engaging the same muscles that you would use to whisper. This will create a heat in your body and aid you in practice. Take another moment to set an intention, dedication, or purpose for your practice. Whether that be you, someone else, or something, whatever that idea is, allow it to carry you through this next hour of movement. We've got a couple more breaths here, just sinking into your body, into your space. On your next inhale, returning to that tabletop position. So knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. We're going to activate the core a little bit. So curling over your toes, you're going to lift your knees just an inch or 2 up off the mat. Fired up through the core, puffing up the space between your shoulder blades. Gaze is straight down in front of you so your spine is nice and long. Go ahead, take another breath in and another breath out. From here, inhale, knees come down to the mat and curl your toes. Exhale, sink your hips down. Kind of a modified child's pose, so your knees aren't all the way open here. Inhale, coming back to that tabletop position. Exhale as slow as you can, first pressing your chest back, and then starting to straighten your legs, really nice and slow. Good. First kind of mini down dog of the day. So we're in a shortened stance here. You can kind of pedal out your feet, bending into one knee, driving the opposite heel down towards the mat. And find that stillness again. From here, inhale, knees come down to the mat, tabletop position. Exhale, hips sink back, modified child's pose. Inhale, rolling back up, tabletop. Exhale as slow as you can, straightening the legs, down dog. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, knees come down, tabletop. Exhale, hips sink back, child's pose. Inhale, rolling back up. Exhale, press back nice and slow. One more time from here. Inhale, knees down. Exhale, hips come back. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, press all the way back, down dog. Good. From here, kind of walk your hands forward and enter to finding that alignment in your down dog. So feet are hip distance apart. You're pressing into the L's of your hands, pressing into the base of your palms to shine your chest back towards your feet. There's no tension in your neck. Head hangs freely between your biceps. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. From here, we're going to bend into your right knee as you drive your left heel down towards the mat. When you bend into your right knee, you'll kind of notice your right hip kind of follows. Allow that hip to fall into it, and you should feel this on your left IT band. Maybe looking through under your left armpit if that feels comfortable. Then inhale, coming back to that down dog. Then exhale, bending into that left knee, and then your left hip kind of falls into it. Again, you should feel this on your right IT band this time. Inhale, back to down dog. Hold for your exhale. Inhale, gaze comes up between your hands, tiptoe your hands all the way to the top of your mat. And exhale, forward fold. First forward fold today, so we're finding spine decompression rather than getting deep into your hamstrings. So taking a bigger bend in your knees than you normally would. Shine the crown of your head straight down towards your mat. Allow pinkies to rest on opposite crooks of your elbows, or you can interlace your fingers, place them behind your head for a little more traction on your spine. Movement here is fine. Stillness is always okay. We're just really going for that release throughout your spine, so no engagement there. From here, inhale, half lift, fingertips to shins. Gaze is still straight down in front of you. You're squeezing your shoulder blades together, nice flat back. Really press into your shins with your fingertips further along elongate your spine. Take a breath in, breath out, forward fold. Inhale, rolling up, one vertebrae at a time. Chin stays tucked, head is last. When you reach the top, exhale, roll your shoulders down your spine. From here, inhale, arms come high to Tadasana Mountain Pose. Make this an active pose here. So your quads are engaged, you're squeezing through your legs, core is engaged, pulling your belly button towards your spine to slightly tuck that tailbone under. Shoulders move away from your ears. Close your eyes. Notice how your weight shifts left, right, forward, back, when you no longer have a spot to keep your gaze. On your next inhale, slowly blink your eyes open. As you exhale, you're going to take your right hand down and bend your left arm over to the right. From here, you're peeling your left shoulder open behind you to really keep your chest open. Allow this to be a side body stretch. Inhale, come back to center. Then exhale, left arm comes down, bending over to the left, right arm comes over. Again, right shoulder peels back this time, allowing this to be a side body stretch. Inhale, sweeping all the way back through center. Then exhale through heart center, leading with the chest forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back, fingertips to shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands down, feet back, high plank. We're going to hold here for a second. We're going to create some muscle memory. So everything is engaged here. Everything is pulling towards your midline. You're going to remember how this feels for the rest of practice. This is going to be our goal. So you're going to drive your heels towards the back of the room. You're really squeezing through your quads, squeezing through your hamstrings. Backs of the knees lift up towards the ceiling. Hips are in line with the shoulders. Gaze is straight down, chest slightly reaches forward, puffing up that space between your shoulder blades again. Everything is active. Take a breath in and a breath out. From here, inhale, rock forward onto your tippy toes just an inch. Exhale, lower down, low plank. Keep your elbows glued to your ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog. Knees and shins stay lifted. 4 points of contact here. Exhale, down dog. Hips come high. We'll take that chaturanga between all of our little flows. If at any time you want to skip it and meet me in a down dog, feel free. You can always make it more challenging by adding in a push-up or trying to do it with one leg. But this is your practice, so listen to your body. Do whatever you might need here. From here, you're going to inhale, right leg comes high. Exhale, knee to nose, rock forward, round your spine. Inhale, leg comes high. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time. Inhale, leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Hold here. Take a breath in. Breath out. Gently place your right foot down between your hands. Sink your left knee down into the mat. Uncurl your toe on a breath in, rising up, low crescent. So we're not worrying too much about the alignment in the front knee on this first one here. We're just really driving our hips forward and down. And our arms are reaching high. I'm already out of breath. So hips are really square here, ever so slightly drawing your right hip back, sending that left hip forward. Deep stretch. Use your breath. Sending each exhale to any areas of discomfort. One more breath here. Inhale, hands are going to come down towards the mat. On an exhale, press into your right foot, elongate through the right leg. So right leg comes straight, half splits. So one thing to keep in mind here is that we want your hips to stay high, stacked over your knees, so we don't want them to sink back towards your heels. So hips stay high. And then from here, we want spine nice and long as well. If that's accessible for you, you can always come up and rest your hands on a thigh if it's too much to be down low. But with each breath in, create length. With each breath out, melt your heart a little deeper. Again, hips are nice and square here, so ever so slightly, right hip comes back, left hip comes forward. Inhale, start to rebend into your right knee. And now we're going to peek at this right leg. So we're going to make sure that your right knee is stacked over your ankle and that you can see your toes. From here, hands are going to come to heart center. Take a breath in, lengthen through your spine. Breath out, twist your left elbow over your right knee. Side angle twist. So trying to stack elbows directly on top of one another as much as you can. And then again, with each breath in, creating length. With each breath out, twisting just a little bit deeper. A good place to focus, though, is stacking the elbows. That is quite difficult, and a lot of times I'll see a lot of this. So trying to get that stack. One more breath. Inhale, coming back to center. Place your hands down on the mat, framing your right foot. You're popping up on your left toe. From here, you're going to try to see if you can keep your hips exactly where they are and just step your right foot back, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Good. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And an open mouth exhale, let it go. From here, inhale, left leg comes high. Exhale, knee to nose, rock forward, round your spine. Inhale, leg comes high. Exhale, knee to nose, rock forward, round your spine. One more time, inhale, leg high. Exhale, rock forward, hold here, take a breath in. Breath out, place that left foot down between your hands. Sink your right knee into the mat and curl your toe. On an inhale, rise up, low crescent. Again, we're allowing this to be first about that stretch on the front side of your right hip flexor this time. So not worrying about the alignment in the left leg, but sending the hips forward and down, arms reach high, Shoulders come away from the ears. Ever so slightly, left hip pulls back, right hip comes forward. One more breath. Inhale, hands come down to the mat. Exhale, pressing into your left foot, lengthen through the left leg, half splits. So again, hips are high, stacked over your knees. Left foot is flexed, spine is nice and long. So you have the option to stay lifted, maybe working that balance with hands at heart center, maybe grabbing for an ankle or a shin. Maybe if you can make it down to the mat, then fingers rest on the mat. Every breath in, creating that length. With every breath out, melting the heart down. Again, left hip moves back, right hip moves forward. And one more breath here. On your next inhale, start to re-bend into your left knee. And then again, we're gonna kind of check that alignment in the left leg this time. So making sure that your left knee is stacked over your ankle. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a breath in, create length. Breath out, twist your right elbow over your left knee. So again, you're trying to get your elbows stacked on top of one another as much as possible. And you're breathing in and creating length. Breathing out, twisting just a little bit deeper. Inhale, coming back to center. Plant your hands down on the mat, framing your left foot this time. You're popping up onto your right toes. Again, try to see if you can keep your hips exactly where they're at. Just step that left leg back, high plank. Lower down, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Then exhale, down dog. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Take an open mouth, exhale, let it go. From here, inhale, right leg comes high. Exhale, drop your heel over to the left, open up your hips, holding for a breath here. Try to even out your weight between your right and your left hand. Inhale, square your hips off towards the mat. Exhale, send your right leg all the way through between your legs. Low lunge, so hands are planted down on the mat just for a second. From here, you're gonna inhale, right arm comes up. Then exhale, left arm comes up, long lever reach. So chest is lifted away from your thigh here. Core is super engaged. Right knee is stacked over your right ankle. Up on your left toe. Another breath in. Hold for your breath out. Inhale, chest lifts, crescent lunge. So find this alignment here. Slightly tuck your tailbone under, remove the curve from your low back. Arms reach high, deep bend in the right knee. Up on your left toe, really engage through your left hamstring, your left quad. Drive the back of your knee up towards the ceiling. Send your shoulders away from your ears. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Another breath in. Breath out, open arm twist, right arm comes back, left arm comes forward, twisting from your belly button, using your breath. Another breath in, and a breath out. Inhale, full crescent, both arms come high. Hold for your exhale. Big transition here, so notice where your foot is pressing, right foot is pressing into the mat. Pick a spot to keep your gaze somewhere out in front of you. On an inhale, all of your weight comes into your right leg. Left knee comes to hip height. Left foot is flexed, Akapada Tadasana. Take a deep breath in. Hands come to heart center. You're going to cross your left ankle over your right knee. Then breath out. Sink your hips back into space. Maybe. Good. From here, lengthen as you breathe in. Send your hips farther as you breathe out. So allow this to be more about kind of sitting back into this little chair rather than forward folding. So you should feel this kind of on that outside edge of the left hip. One more breath. Inhale, Akapada Tadasana, left knee lifts. Exhale, chair plane, left foot plants, arms sweep back. So sinking your hips down into this chair, squeezing your pinkies together, tops of the hands lift up towards the ceiling. Inhale, hands come to heart center. Exhale, twist your left elbow over your right knee. So peek at your knees here. See if your left knee is coming in front of your right. Try to pull it back to center if it is. Again, try to stack elbows on top of one another. Lengthen as you breathe in. Twist deeper as you breathe out. One more breath. Inhale, hands come to heart center. Exhale, lengthen, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands down, feet back, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Good, take a deep breath in through your nose. And an open mouth exhale, let it go. Inhale, left leg comes high. Exhale, drop your heel over to the right, open up your hips, holding for a breath here. Again, trying to even out the weight between each hand. Inhale, square your hips off towards the mat. Exhale, left leg comes all the way through for that low lunge. Hands are planted on the mat at first. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, right arm lifts, long lever reach. So chest is lifted off of the thigh. Left knee is stacked over your ankle, up on your right toe. Another breath in, the breath out. Inhale, chest lifts, full crescent. Again, check your alignment here. So deep bend in that right knee. Try to stack your ankle over your knee. Right leg is really engaged. Drive the back of your knee up towards the ceiling. Arms reach high. Shoulders come down your spine. Slightly tuck your tailbone under. Remove the curve from your low back. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Another inhale. Exhale, left arm comes back, right arm comes forward, open arm twist. Twisting from the belly button. Inhale, full crescent. Hold for your exhale, almost out of this leg. Notice every spot on the mat your left foot is pressing into. Pick a spot somewhere in front of you to keep your gaze. Inhale, weight comes into the left leg. Left knee comes to hip height. Left foot is flexed. Find that balance. Take a breath in. Hands come to heart center. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Breath out. Hips sink back into space. So again here, I'm lengthening with each inhale through my spine. Sending my hips a little farther with each exhale. One more breath. Inhale, right knee lifts, Ekapada Tadasana. Exhale, chair plane, right foot plants. Hands sweep behind you, pinky squeeze, tops of the hands lifts. Hips sink low. Inhale, hands come to heart center. Exhale, right elbow over your left knee, side angle twist, or prayer twist. Again, check in with your knee. See if your right knee is coming in front of your left. Try to pull it back to center if it is. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands down, feet back, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog, hips come high. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Good, inhale your knees down to the mat. Come over, find a seat, wipe some sweat, grab a drink of water, whatever you might need to do. And then we're gonna keep moving. Take another breath or two if you need it. Maybe find a child's pose. Give me a thumbs up if you're sweating, because I am. And then we're gonna come back into a downward dog. From your down dog, inhale, right leg comes high. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to elbow. One more time, inhale, leg high.
Exhale, knee to elbow, hold there, take a breath in. Breath out, plant your right foot down. Inhale, arms reach high, right away, full crescent lunge. You've been here before, challenge yourself. Can you go deeper? Can you engage that left leg even more? Squeezing through your hamstring, squeezing through your quad. Arms reach high, tuck your tailbone under, send your shoulders down your spine. Breathe, come back to that intention, that dedication, the purpose that you set for yourself at the beginning of this practice. Check in, remind yourself of what that was. Inhale, hands come to heart center. Exhale, left elbow over your right knee, side angle twist. So same thing here, I'm trying to stack my elbows on top of one another. Check in with the engagement in the left leg. It tends to kind of relax here, re-engage. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Kind of a funky big transition from here. Inhale, spin all the way open, 5-pointed star. So your toes are in, heels are out, taking up lots of space here. Take a breath in, hands come to heart center. Breath out, sink down into your horse. So heels are in, toes are out again. You're going just as far into your, I hate calling it a squat, it's a posture, into your horse as possible. However deep that you can go, where you still can keep your shoulders over your hips. So what I mean by that is shoulders over hips, you're not leaning forward, it's not a squat. So shoulders are in line with your hips, chest is forward, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Hands are at heart center. Deep breath in. Breath out, sink deeper. Inhale, 5-pointed star, open up. Take your toes in, heels out this time. Exhale, hinging at the hips, wide-legged forward fold, Pasarita. You can kind of do anything with your arms here. Maybe interlace your fingers behind your back. Find a little shoulder stretch. You can find chaturanga arms between your legs. You can grab for ankles, outside edges of your feet, whatever you need. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale, start to bend into your right knee. We're coming into Skandasana towards what should be the front of your mat, but on the right side. So right heel is lifted up off the mat. Left heel is driving into the mat. The most important thing here is that your left knee is not locked out. So engage through your quads so that that knee joint is protected. And then you have options. You can bring your hands to heart center, kind of work your balance here. You can take your fingertips down to the mat, crawl them forward a few inches. Find more of a restorative pose. Whatever you need here is just fine. I'll tell you to take the opposite variation on the other side, so don't get too excited. When we move to the other side, we won't go just yet, but you have the option to crawl your fingertips across the floor for some added help, or if you want to really work the balance, keep your hands on heart center, but we will move now. Inhale through center, then exhale towards the left side. So bending into that left knee, right toes lift up off the mat, right quad is engaged, so that knee is not locked out. Again, I can work my balance at heart center, or I can take my fingertips forward, crawl them across the ground, find that restorative posture. One more breath here. From here, inhale through center, exhale, hips come high, Prasarita. Take a deep breath in. Breath out, fold deeper. Inhale, start to crawl your fingertips over to the right side so that you're in that low lunge position again. Up on your left toe, same exact thing. You've done this before. Keep your hips where they're at. Step that right leg back, high plank. Exhale, low plank, elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. One more time. Inhale, leg high. Exhale, knee to elbow. Hold here. Take a breath in. Breath out. Plant that left foot down. Rise up. Full crescent this time. You've been here before. Can you come deeper? Sink a little farther into that left knee. Engage further through that right leg, driving the back of your knee up towards the ceiling. Tuck your tailbone under. Shoulders move down your spine. Notice where your mind goes when you come into these postures. You're kind of moving towards the end of practice. You're ready for things to slow down. Can you keep your focus in your body, on what's going on in your body and on your mat? One more breath. From here, grounding down into our left leg. Now I forgot what we did. Okay, inhale, hands come to heart center. Exhale, right elbow over the left knee. Sometimes that happens, you know? Your brain just goes blank. Create length as you breathe in. Twist your spine deeper as you breathe out. Stack your elbows on top of one another. Check the engagement in the right leg. Drive that knee up. Again, big transition on this side. Inhale, spin all the way open, 5-pointed start. So heels are in, toes are out. Take up lots of space here. Then inhale, hands come to heart center. Exhale, sink all the way down, horse. So again, you've been here before. Shoulders stay stacked over your hips. Can you come deeper? Added challenge here. Maybe inhale, lift onto your right toes. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, left toes. Exhale, lower down. Maybe inhale, both toes. Let your legs shake. It's okay. Take a breath in. Breath out. Lower those heels down. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Toes in, heels out. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Prasarita. Same thing here. Any kind of variation with your arms is just fine. Interlacing your fingers behind your back. Chaturanga arms between your legs. Outside edges of your ankles or your feet. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale, start to bend into your left knee this time. Skandasana on this side. So left heel lifts up off the mat. Right toes lift up. Right heel is driving into the mat. Right quad is active so that that knee isn't locked out. Wherever you are, take the opposite variation that you did on the first side. So if your hands are at heart center, you're working your balance. Bring them down to the mat. Find that restorative posture. If you were in that restorative posture, bring your hands to heart center. Try to work that balance. And then same thing as we transition to the other side. You can crawl your fingertips along your mat, or you can work that balance with your hands at heart center. But inhale, come through center. Then exhale, Skandasana to the right side. So same thing here. Quad is active, protecting that knee joint. Opposite variation that you took on the other side. So if your hands are at heart center, take them to the mat. If your hands are on the mat, bring them to heart center. Inhale, start to come to center. Then exhale, hips come high, Prasarita, forward fold. Inhale, start to crawl your hands towards the front of your mat, framing that left foot this time. Same exact thing, keep your hips where they're at. Step that left foot back, high plank. Exhale, low plank, elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog, hips come high. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Take an open mouth, exhale, let it go. From here, inhale, right leg comes high. Exhale, right ankle towards your left wrist for half pigeon. Come down to your knee, uncurl your toe. From here, this is really uncomfortable for you. You have a few different options. If this causes a lot of knee pain, you're gonna come onto your back. You'll find a figure four, so crossing your right ankle over your left knee and then interlacing your fingers behind the left thigh. You'll get the same stretch there. If you don't find knee pain here, but you are just really tight in your hips, you can stick a pillow or a blanket, some kind of object under your right sit bones, and that'll kind of alleviate that tenderness. But wherever you are, inhale, create some length through your spine. Then exhale, melt your heart all the way down. You have the option to come all the way down to the mat. You can stay up on your hands if this is more comfortable. Maybe rest on your forearms. Maybe find some kind of prop to rest on, books or a pet, I don't know. And then come back to your breath. As we start to slow down practice, take a moment to find gratitude for yourself for making it to your mat today, taking this time for yourself. Two more breaths here. Your next inhale, start to come up onto your hands. You're going to curl over your left toe. Send your right leg high into a three-legged dog. Drop your foot over to the left to open up your hips, stretching out through the front side. And then take some big circles with your knee in one direction. Big circles in the other direction. Maybe kick your legs straight a few times. Any kind of oppositional stretch you need here is just fine. You're going to inhale, right leg high again. Exhale, right foot comes to the outside of your right hand. Runner's lunge. Sink down onto your left knee, uncurl your toe. So I'm going to give you many options here. If you want to come down to your forearms, kind of work this stretch in your runner's lunge, you can. You can roll onto the outside edge of your foot, kind of hits a different muscle in your hip. You can even get a bind in here if you'd like, rolling onto the outside edge of your right foot. Left hand stays planted, left knee bends, and then you're going to capture your left foot with your right hand. This is a twist as well as that hip opener. That's an option. And if you feel like getting crazy, then I'm going to walk you through an arm balance. So we're going to do hurdlers. If you have a lot of wrist pain, options could be to find a blanket or something and put it under the base of your palms. So kind of this back side of your palms near your wrist. What that's going to do is that's going to alleviate the pressure in your wrist, taking out the crease in your wrist, if that makes any sense. And that should help. If not, you can always just keep working the stretch. Anything like that is fine. If you do want to work into this arm balance, then we're going to start to go through some steps. So I'll walk you through, and I'll give you a few minutes or seconds to play around with it, and we'll move on to the next side. So really important thing for this arm balance is that your fingers are straight and that they are facing the same direction. So we don't want your wrists turned like that. We don't want them doing any kind of weird anything. They're straight and they're all facing the same direction. So from my runner's lunge, I'm going to start to work my right hamstring onto my right tricep. So maybe walking my hands back a few inches until I can kind of plant that part of my body onto my right tricep. You can stay down on your left knee or you can come up onto your toe. It's up to you. I find it easiest to first place my left hip onto my left elbow by bending my left elbow. From there, I'm going to start to walk my right toes out and maybe lift them up. From here, I'm on my left toes. So my right toes are lifted up off the mat, but my left toes are still planted. I can work the balance right here, just play there, or maybe my left toes start to lift up off the mat. Good place to start is just by trying to get your hamstring up on your tricep. You can start by just working there, and then you can start by heel toeing right foot out, or you can always just work on that runner's lunge stretch. But I'll give you guys about 2 more breaths to kind of play around there, and we'll move on to the other side. It's okay if you face plant because nobody can see you. All right, moving on. Hands come back down to the mat, curl over the left toes, step your right leg back, down dog. Inhale, left leg comes high. Exhale, left ankle towards your right wrist for half pigeon. Come down to your knee, uncurl your toe. Same options here for that figure 4 if you have a lot of knee pain. If your hips are really tight, maybe stick some kind of object underneath your left sit bones. Wherever you are, inhale, find that length. Then exhale, melt all the way down. And same options to rest on your forearms or maybe on some kind of prop, a pillow or some books, or you can make it all the way down to your mat. This is a good place to maybe find some wrist circles. Always feels good to press the tops of my hands down on the ground after an arm balance. About 3 more deep breaths here. Your next inhale, start to come up onto your hands. Curl over your left toes. Send your right leg, curl over your right toe. Left leg comes high. Drop your heel over to the right. Stretch out through the front side of your hip. Find those big circles with your knee in one direction. Big circles in the other direction. Straighten that leg, anything that you need there. Then you're going to inhale, left leg comes high. Exhale, left leg comes to the outside of your left hand, runner's lunge. Come down to your knee and curl your toe. Same options here. You can stay in the lunge position, maybe drop down to your forearms, just working that stretch. You can roll to the outside edge of that left foot, maybe grab for a half bind. You'll roll out to the outside edge of your left foot if you want to do the bind. Right hand stays planted. Left hand captures the right foot. So you guys can see it from this angle as well. And then same option to work that arm balance. So I'll do it from this side so you can see what it looks like from both ways. So first step again is just kind of working your thigh onto your tricep. Maybe this is a better angle. So working your thigh onto your tricep, popping up onto the right toe. Then right hip comes down to right elbow. Then you're heel toeing left foot out. So now left foot is lifted. I'm up on my right toes. Then maybe I can pop up, lifting right toes just a little bit. So again, I'll give you a few breaths there to kind of play around, and then we'll move on. Again, if you need to kind of roll out your wrists for a second, you totally have that option. About 1 more breath. And then bring your hands back down to the mat. Come up onto your right toes. Send your left leg back, downward facing dog. Inhale, knees come down to the mat. Come over to find a seat.
Send both legs out nice and wide. So as wide as what's comfortable for you. Toes are going to be flexed up towards the ceiling. And then from here, we're going to rock left and right. So this will create a natural lubrication in your hips. It'll let you come a little bit deeper when you do decide to sink into the middle. Once you feel good with this movement, you can settle into the center. If you like to continue with that movement, then you can continue. You can rest on your forearms. You can stay lifted. If this is enough of a stretch for you, you can stay here. You can find a pillow or something to rest on. We'll be here for a few breaths. As we get into these hip openers, it's not uncommon to have negative or weird thoughts arise. If that's happening, that's okay. Your sacral chakra lives in your hips, and that's what houses all of your emotions. And when we get into these deep stretches, sometimes stuff kind of bubbles up that we have buried down. If it's not something that serves you, not something that you want here in your space, with every exhale, leave it on your mat. We've got about 2 more breaths here. Inhale, start to slowly walk your hands back towards your sit bones. And then you're going to zip your legs together towards the top of your mat. And we're going to find just a seated forward fold. So if you know you have a lot of flexibility here, maybe find something. Oh, look, Copper's little head's here. Maybe find something to grab in front of your feet. If you don't have a lot of flexibility, then you can grab a belt or a jacket, anything, a blanket to hook around your feet and use to kind of pull your chest down. But wherever you are, you're going to inhale, create length through your spine. Then exhale, fold forward. So we're looking for this nice flat spine. Rather than folding into it, spine is nice and back. Again, with each inhale, you're creating that length. With each exhale, you're rolling just a little bit deeper. Quick hello. Inhale, start to roll all the way back up. And then from here, making sure that you have enough room to kind of make your way all the way down onto the mat. You're going to come all the way down onto the mat. You're going to bring your heels in line with your hips, just out of reach of your fingertips. From here, you're really grounding down into those feet. On an inhale, press into the feet, hips come high for a bridge pose. So I'm squeezing my inner thighs towards each other. My knees aren't exactly touching, but I'm squeezing everything towards midline. Maybe my hands clasp underneath my back, rolling onto my shoulders, maybe not. One more inhale. Hold for your exhale. Release your hands from underneath you if they're there as you breathe in. Slowly roll all the way down your spine. We're going to find a quick plow pose from here. So really important is that you don't look left and right when we come into this posture. So if you don't know where we're going, maybe you just watch me for a second and then you can get into it. But we're coming into plow pose. So on an inhale, feet are going to kick up and over your head as your hands rest on your low back for support. If your feet touch the ground in front of your head, then your hands can come down to the mat. If they don't touch the ground, then just keep them on your low back for support.
come out of this posture. Listen to these cues really carefully. It's super simple, but can sound confusing. So you're going to grab the edges of your mat. You're going to pull on them, use them as brakes to slowly roll down your spine. Once the entire length of your spine is glued into the mat, skull to tailbone, you're going to find your big toes with your peace fingers, or maybe the insides or outside edges of your feet for half baby. So stacking ankles over your knees, you're rooting down your entire spine, all the way from your skull to your tailbone. So ever so slightly tucking your chin down, and then pressing your tailbone into the mat. And then arms are active here, pulling your thighs down towards your chest. And then if the entire length of your spine is rooted, you can find some movement, maybe rock left and right. Maybe straighten right leg, bending left leg, vice versa. Maybe straightening both legs. If not, then allow rooting your spine into the mat to be your focus for today. So oftentimes you'll find your tailbone lifted like this, and we want it all the way grounded down. One more inhale. Hold for your exhale. Inhale, release your feet from your hands. Bring your arms out to a T or maybe cactus arms, whichever is comfortable. We're going to find a supine twist with eagle legs. If there's a different variation of supine twist you'd rather take, then that's just fine. But from here, you're going to cross your right leg over your left leg. You can leave it there, wrapping once, or you can wrap twice by bringing your right foot under your left calf. From there, bring your left foot down to the mat. Take a deep breath in. Breath out, legs come over to the left, gaze is over your right shoulder. So right shoulder is glued into the mat. If you find your shoulder peeling off, then maybe come out of the twist a little bit so that you can ground down. Twists are really great for your digestive system. So we'll most oftentimes take them on an exhale. As you exhale, you're getting rid of all of that stale air, but you're also creating that tiny little bit more of space so you can get just ever so slightly deeper into the twist, but it's aiding as well in that detoxification, squeezing all of those organs. And then when you come out, you will come out with a breath in, and that'll rush all of that freshly oxygenated blood to all of those organs that you just massaged out. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, unwind. Same thing on the other side. You'll cross your left leg over your right. You can leave it there. Or you can wrap twice by bringing left foot under your right ankle. Take a deep breath in. Breath out. Legs come over to the right. Gaze comes over your left shoulder. Inhale, come through center, and exhale, unwind. Draw your knees into your chest. Take a few small circles in each direction on your low spine. And then you're going to draw your knees all the way to your chest. Draw your head up towards your knees. Activate every muscle in your body from your toes, your core, your forehead, your fingers. Take one final inhale. Exhale, shoot it all out for Shavasana. Tuck your shoulders under your spine. Allow your feet to fall away from each other and fingers to naturally curl towards your palms. Unhinge your jaw. Maybe open up
Open it up wide, stretch it out. And take your tongue from the roof of your mouth and place it behind your teeth. Do a full body scan. Notice any places that you're still holding tension and let them go. Shavasana is an active resting meditation. Sometimes the hardest part of yoga is being alone in stillness with your own thoughts. It's natural for your mind to race around, but your only job here for the next 5 minutes is to remain present in your mind and on your mat. Not allowing any outside distractions to come in and enter your space during this time. Starting to just quiet down that monkey mind. With each exhale, feel your body get heavier. Sink deeper into your mat. Imagine yourself sinking so deep you travel through the earth into each layer of the crust, all the way down to the core. Imagine yourself in the center of the earth and feel that warmth glowing over your body. Maybe it shines over you in light, but feel that warmth, feel that buzzing of energy. You're going to stay there for the next few minutes. I'm going to leave you in your Shavasana. Take your time making your way out. Thank you guys all for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.